Libra, this is going to be your love and relationship reading, and then your career, job, and money reading, and then your health reading, because a number of you have asked for the health readings, which I was very happy to get that feedback. You and Aquarius are the only ones that asked for health readings, so I'm going to have that be at the end for you. And so I'm going to do a 6-card spread for you for love and relationships first. I'm shuffling the cards right now. Thank you for all of your attention last month. I don't know if it was because of the relationship part of the reading or what it was, but I really got you guys' attention last month. And I wanted to thank you for all of your wonderful comments and feedback and views. I really appreciate it. It was kind of astounding, really. I wasn't expecting that. I'm still waiting for Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and some Virgos to catch up. It's so strange to look at the statistics on the channel. This is such a young channel. It's been fascinating to watch it from the beginning till now on just what gets people's attention or how many views each video gets. It's so strange. But you guys were most definitely the biggest viewer for last month. I hope you guys are well. Happy birthday, by the way, for Libra Sun people. Excuse me. The seasons are changing, obviously. I live way up in an alpine desert at a very high elevation, and here, no matter how hot the summers get, it's always cool in the evening, but it's starting to get cool during the day now too. It's making my nose run a little bit more than usual, so you'll have to excuse me if I start snuffling. Okay, love and relationships. This is in Libra rising, Libra sun, Libra moons, best, highest good for love and relationships, along with whatever they most need to hear about. My first best friend that I ever had growing up, we knew each other from when we were 9 until we were about 16. We're actually friends on Facebook, but I haven't seen her since we were probably 16 or 17. She's a Libra, my first ever best friend. I think, if I can remember correctly, I think her birthday was October 5th or October 6th, something like that. My daughter's waiting for her phone to charge so she can take our puppy out for a walk. So I may have to interrupt this at some point in order to give her her phone. Okay, here we go. 6 cards. I'll pick them and then I'll show them to you. Sorry if the camera jiggles. It's because my table's not that stable. Oh, there he is again. The King of Swords seems to be showing up for pretty much everyone this month. I don't really know why. It makes me wonder. Seems like everyone's getting a lot of clarity or just taking a close look at things. Okay. I'm going to show you your 6 cards. You have very good cards, by the way. It makes me wonder what's going on for you guys. Okay. Your first one is the Fool. Your second one is Strength. You've been getting this quite a bit. Your third one. Hang on one moment. I'll be right back. Okay. Your third one, I think that's where we were, is the Queen of Wands. Your fourth one, the Four of Wands. Oops. Your fifth one, the Ace of Pentacles. And your sixth one is the King of Swords, which has been coming up for everyone. Okay, I'm going to pick a couple of clarifiers and then I'll get started. Pardon me, just thank you for being patient. It'll take a few seconds. Ooh. Okay. Hopefully I can make sense out of this for you. It's a very nice reading. All right. Looks pretty nice, you guys. In the recent past with love, relationships, and I'm going to be interpreting these for Libras who are single and also Libras that are in relationships or just started relationships. It looks like some of you have just started relationships. Okay? So in your recent past with relationships, it looks like some of you may have taken a big risk or leapt into a relationship, took possibly the initiative in this, or jumped on it when the opportunity arose. I'm looking at the Fool here. You may have met someone new or entered a new phase in your life where you're taking more initiative in bringing about what you want for relationships. You may have been praying or wishing or hoping for a really good relationship for quite some time. And it looks like in the recent past you have fully implemented this or started going towards this. This could have been taking a risk, as in meeting someone and then taking a risk to invite that person to spend time with you or to get to know them, or they just happened to pop up in your life out of the blue and you decided to take a chance on this. Or if you've been in a long-standing relationship for a long time and you're happy in it, or you feel good about this relationship, or it's a stable relationship, then it looks like you started a new path in the relationship where you're taking more risks together, having more adventures together, or possibly starting a whole new cycle together in your relationship. And with the Four of Wands here, this says this has become stable now, or has become reliable, or it's kind of like saying, okay, we are together now, or this is it. This is our relationship now. It looks very good. Getting something in here about perhaps some of you decided to switch up your lives, where maybe you relocated or started a completely new career or job, or a new feeling in your life, a new feeling of adventure. And because of this, you just happened upon somebody who is in a similar boat as you, or on a similar wavelength as you. You possibly share similar dreams or similar talents, or you just have a similar dream as one another. And so you've stumbled across each other, and there's just an instant connection there. It may have taken a little bit of time to get to know each other, but now, in the recent past, you have gotten to a point where you feel as though you can trust this person or trust this relationship. And it feels really motivating and wonderful, where you inspire each other. You're both inspired by some kind of a similar dream, whether it's, you know more than me on what your dream is, but it feels as though because you became adventurous and you tried new things, you invited this relationship into your life. If you have been single and you're not in a relationship, you have gotten really clear about not only what you want, but what risks you have wanted to take, and taking risks in order to invite this in, possibly taking classes in something that you're interested in, and so you met someone through the classes, or just going towards your dreams and bringing into being the things you would like to continue to cultivate in your life. And something about this has given you a great deal of courage and optimism and inspiration about what is possible for you with relationships. You know that if you follow your dreams, you're more likely to find like-minded people that are on a similar path as you. And so you're feeling more optimistic about finding the right person, or just stumbling upon the right person because you share similar dreams or similar goals. Let's put it that way. I feel as though you are being led to this person. If you haven't met them yet, you definitely have guides or angels or beneficial spirits that are helping you to be brought to this person, or for this person to be brought to you. But you do need to trust the signs and have faith. Have faith in this process. It looks very good. Your clarifier that I picked to go with these two is the King of Cups, which I'm getting specifically in this reading. This is a deep emotional connection that you want. This is a relationship that you want, or that you are in, where it's extremely deep. There's deep feelings involved and a deep sense of intimacy and connection here. And also, I got a feeling, but it's hard to put words to the feeling. It's mutual protectiveness, or mutual, it's where if you are misunderstood by others, this person has your back and will always defend you, or always be on your side, or always protect you. It's very protective energy here. This feels as though you can truly trust this person, and this person is your defender. And you may also feel this way about this person. It feels very intertwined in a healthy way, where you feel solid with this person, you feel protected with this person, you feel as though you can show all of your being to this person and they wouldn't bat an eyelash. You truly know each other on a very deep level and feel connected on a very deep level. Yeah. Okay. Currently, with love and relationships, you have gotten very clear about what your boundaries are, and about what you want, and about who you are. You have become very strong in yourself and what you need for relationships. I'm looking at strength here. Lady Strength has been coming up for practically all of your readings since I started this channel. I feel as though collectively, Libra people have gotten very strong about their own needs, which is excellent for me to see. I love to see this because I'm familiar with your energy quite a bit. My daughter actually has a Libra rising, and I know you guys fairly well. I know that sometimes you guys can tend to swallow your own needs for the sake of peace, or for the sake of people getting along, or just to maintain harmony. Sometimes you guys want relationships so badly, because that's what you guys are built for, that sometimes in the past you have swallowed your own needs just to have someone like you, or just to try to find what you need, or to even just have a relationship. But I feel as though collectively Libra people have gotten very strong about the fact that you do have needs, and those needs do need to be met by a partner. And so you're less likely to subdue yourself in an unhealthy way in order to keep a relationship or keep peace in a relationship. And if for some reason you are in a relationship where you are not happy, or you feel as though your needs have not been met, I see you as getting very clear about what your needs are now and getting stronger about your own boundaries. If you have been in a relationship in the past where you feel as though your own needs have been trodden upon, or whenever you try to assert yourself, it gets shut down somehow, I feel as though you will not tolerate this anymore, and you must have your needs met, and you must show or assert your own boundaries. But this whole process of doing that is not bringing about conflict. I feel as though if that's the case for some of you, what I just mentioned, I feel as though this brings about a lot of respect for you from the other person, because you are doing this now and you're becoming firmer about what your needs are. Instead of bringing about conflict, this is actually making people respect you more. And perhaps before they just needed a little shove in the right direction on how you need to be treated or what your boundaries are. And so I see this as bringing about a good rebirth in your relationship where it's more mutual, or it's more respectful, or it's bringing about a new way in the relationship that is much healthier. I'm also getting something in here about fully enjoying autumn and perhaps doing some outdoor activities, whether it's carving jack-o'-lanterns or going for walks in fall leaves or doing some kind of fun project. This looks very fun. I did pull clarifiers with this, and I got another story in here. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. For those of you who are single and are not in a relationship, again, you've become very clear about what you want and what you're looking for, and I feel as though you're taking active initiative in inviting this into your life as far as creating what you want, or finding what you want as far as a relationship goes. I almost feel as though some of you have moved to a new location that is much more conducive to your creativity than where you were before. Obviously, the details that I spout out in this aren't going to apply to all of you, obviously. Just pick out whatever resonates for you and discard whatever does not resonate, because obviously this is a reading for a whole collective. So details that are mentioned may be for one or two or even a small group of you, but obviously they're not going to apply for all of you. But I am getting pictures in my head of just really enjoying fall, enjoying some kind of a new job or a new location, getting stronger in yourself, feeling whole in yourself, feeling re-inspired, or just feeling optimistic. And I'm getting a lot of energy from this. So I feel as though if you have had a lack of energy in the past, you have a lot more energy now than you did before. And so if you're single, you're becoming really clear about what you want. I am the clarifiers here. For those two are the Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So again, loving the fall. I'm getting a real love of nature in here, or just the smell that's in the air, the way that the seasons are changing. You just feel very relaxed and alive and creative right now. Maybe you're involved in some kind of project you've been wanting to do for a while that brings you a lot of joy and happiness, or just feeling as though you have everything that you need. getting back in touch with yourself, getting back in touch with the things that really matter to you. I am getting something in here about work, so you may have started some kind of a new job, or you're involved in something at work that's actually taking up a lot of your time, but it's not in a negative way. It feels as though you are balancing your personal life with your work rather well right now. And there's some exciting thing that you're creating, building, making, or a part of that will take some patience to see come to fruition, but it looks like it's coming to a really good fruition. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Obviously, this isn't a career reading, but these came out together, and it's very obvious to me. So, okay, the camera's always backwards. So, first, there's the new project or seed or thing you got started. This can also be a relationship, you guys. This is a nice, solid, comfortable, healthy, fruitful relationship that feels very safe and grounded, and also prosperous. Then there's work to be done. The seed got planted, now there's the work. And as long as you approach it with patience and taking it step by step rather than looking at the giant picture, you should be just fine. And also I'm getting work on a relationship. Working on the relationship, but not in a negative way. I'm just getting a lot of patience here, adjustments, figuring out what is the best way to go about this, and just allowing the relationship to unfold and taking it step by step rather than rushing anything. And also looking at what needs to be adjusted in the relationship. It could also be that you're just working a lot too, or there's a lot of work that needs to be done right now. And then your final one is the Queen of Pentacles. So after the seed was planted and all the work was done, now she gets to enjoy her beautiful garden. Now she gets to enjoy the fullest culmination of everything she's been putting her energy into, and it looks very good. It looks like a sense of accomplishment, a sense of being comfortable and feeling as though you have everything that you need, and all of that work was worth it. Harvest time. So if you are having to balance work with relationships at this time, as long as you approach it with gentleness and strength, and you try to balance these two worlds that are going on in your life, you should come out just fine. You should be able to feed both of these parts of your life equally and well. Let me see. I am kind of getting something in here. If you have been in a relationship where you feel as though you have done more work than the other person on the relationship, it feels as though you are asserting yourself now and saying, hey, I really need you to work on the relationship too, not just me. And if we are going to be together, you need to pull in your own weight in the relationship as well. That's definitely one message I'm getting. Okay, so let's look at. And if you're single, you've been possibly working a lot, but you're doing something that you enjoy. And I have a feeling that you may end up meeting someone either through your work or who has similar talents as you. Or just to stay strong in where you're at right now, and it's only a matter of time. So in the near future, this is interesting. You have two court cards, very different from each other. One's air and one's fire. The Queen of Wands reminds me of Lady Strength quite a bit. She's all about asserting yourself, maintaining what you need, want, and would like to create. Also, she is not afraid of going after what she wants. So asserting yourself, being very bold in a feminine, this is for men too, you guys. I'm just using archetypes here. This is being assertive in a gentle way, or using your masculine and feminine sides of your nature equally, where they're both being honored. So this is passion, this is excitement, this is going after what you want, This is knowing who you are, knowing what you want, taking action, being comfortable in your own skin, standing in your own power, knowing what you're worth, knowing what you will or will not withstand. And this is assessment, or looking logically at a situation as in, is this workable? What needs to be adjusted? Should I let go of this? Should I keep it? Is this healthy for me? Is this what I want? I'm definitely getting something in here about communication, where it's very important to communicate what your wants are, or what you need in a relationship, to assert yourself in a healthy manner with how you communicate, and saying, okay, these are my boundaries, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. Is this situation fulfilling what I want? Is this relationship healthy for me? Is this a relationship I can truly communicate with my partner in? If you are single, it is very possible you will be meeting someone in the near future who shows both these qualities, who is very leadership oriented, possibly outgoing, possibly extremely intelligent, very easy to talk to, very intelligent, very interesting in how they look at things. Someone that you could have passion with, and excitement with, and adventures with, but also someone you can communicate well with, who is not, obviously is not going to fly off the handle at a, you know how sometimes you try to have a discussion with someone and their ego gets involved and they immediately go on the defense just because you're bringing up something that you really bad need to talk about? This is someone who isn't going to do that. This is someone who is strong enough in themselves to keep their ego in check and be able to discuss anything without having their ego be injured or get overly defensive about anything. This may even be a test for you. You know, if you may not be familiar with this sort of energy. Your energy tends to be a little softer, or a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more refined in how you communicate. And so you may be thrown off by this energy just a little bit in an exciting way, where this person seems very upfront, very honest, very direct, very all about getting things done, or let's cut to the chase here and get down to the bones of the matter, which may throw you off a little bit. This person may even slightly hurt your ego from time to time, just with how direct they really are. But I am getting a lot of passion, a lot of protectiveness, a lot of warmth and creativity and action, and a lot of communication and ability to talk about anything. And to go with these two cards, you have wonderful clarifiers. You have the Princess of Cups and the 10 of Cups, which I believe has come up for you quite a bit recently. And so even though this is different from possibly what you're used to, because you have become so strong in yourself with what you need and what you want, and you will not subdue yourself anymore. You are going to attract someone with the qualities that I just mentioned, and where there's a great deal of softness, empathy, romance, creativity, joy, happiness, feeling as though you are blessed, feeling as though you can actually be yourself. It's almost like you have had to almost overdevelop your powers of asserting yourself recently. And because you can't take the energy of subduing yourself anymore for the sake of a relationship, you have gotten very strong in yourself. And it's like after all of that work, you finally meet the right person, and it turns out you don't even need that anymore. It's kind of interesting. Then you realize, wait a minute, I don't necessarily have to assert myself that much anymore, because this is someone who understands me, wants me to be happy, and is in tune with my feelings. So when you feel insecure, this person picks up on it and is able to nurture you in the best possible way. When you feel happy, this person shares your happiness with you. When you are feeling vulnerable, this person holds you and holds space for you to be vulnerable. So after all that, it's really good that you have developed these powers of assertion, being comfortable in your own skin, knowing what you're worth, knowing what you want. And after all that work, you don't necessarily need to exercise that so much in this relationship because you can talk about anything. There's a lot of passion. They respect you for who you are. They love your sense of who you are. And you are able to be soft. You are able to be vulnerable, and you're able to be held exactly and understood for your feelings. This is someone who is very sensitive in a certain way. I'm almost getting something in here about like a tough exterior, but on the inside there are mush balls. And they love your softness. So, yeah. If you've been single for a long time, or you've been waiting for the right person is coming. If you haven't met them already, they are coming for sure. And if you have had difficulties in the past with an old relationship, I see either you getting stronger in what your boundaries are, where you will not tolerate difficulty the way that it has been, or stagnancy anymore. You really want to see things start to move. And so whether or not you actually get this from your partner, you will still be cultivating this for yourself in other ways. You may end up, for some of you or one of you, you may end up leaving a relationship in order to find yourself and get back in touch with yourself, and eventually you will meet the right person. That's only for some of you. But this looks so beautiful, you guys. And if you have children or a child, this child looks extremely safe, happy, held, and excited about this relationship. And if you have been wanting a child and you don't have any yet, I see you as possibly having a child in the future. Or just feeling like a child again. Feeling joyful and happy. Feeling free to be yourself the way that a child is. So that's wonderful. Wow. It makes me wonder what's going on for you guys. You guys are really lucky these days. Okay, I'll see you in a minute for your career reading. Here I am. Okay, this is going to be another 6-card spread for your career situation, your job situation, your money situation, your goals. Obviously, not everyone has a career. Some people just have a job. And some people don't work because they're stay-at-home parents, or they're retired, or for in-between jobs. All different situations. So I'll try to read this in as many ways as possible. And again, this is for Libra rising, Libra sun, Libra moons in their best, highest good, along with whatever they most need to hear about concerning jobs, careers, money, goals. I have to shuffle the cards in my lap because the table is kind of wobbly. At some point, I would like to get some kind of a tripod or an extra camera so I can actually show you guys what I'm doing. I've tried to do it in the past where I angled the laptop in front of me where it faces the cards, but even then you can't really see the cards very well because they're sideways. Have you ever noticed that before? I'm one of those people that likes to watch other readers, and for some of my favorite readers on YouTube, I can't even really see the cards that they're showing you when they're on the table because it's too sideways or too flat. But I'll just focus on that you trust me enough to know that I am doing what I say I'm doing. Okay, here we go. One more shuffle, and then I'll pick your cards. Ooh, what is going on with you? Oh, right when I thought that everything was awesome for you. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to show you your 6 cards, and then I'm definitely picking clarifiers because this is so, it's like a night and day reading here. All right. Your first one is the 9 of Cups. Your second one is the Devil. Your third one is the Magician. Your fourth one is the 10 of Cups. Again! I think you're the only sign that has consistently gotten this card over and over and over. It really feels like you guys are graduating or having a huge breakthrough, or just everything that you have been working towards for so long is now coming into being. Or you're just feeling happier, or you've just decided to be happy no matter what, which is an excellent way to look at things, by the way. I'm really happy to see that. Your fifth one is the 10 of Swords. Your sixth one and final one is the 2 of Wands. So let me pick some clarifiers and then I'll get started. Okay. This feels really specific. It makes me wonder if, because you know how I say in their best highest good, along with whatever they most need to hear about. Whatever they most need to hear about is for the people that are really in a spot where they really need some information. And so sometimes I feel like it brings out one particular message for somebody who really, really needs to hear it more than the others. But I'll try to read this in different ways. Okay. All right. I'm getting 2 specific stories here. I'm just going to spout it out and hopefully it applies. If it doesn't, then maybe next time this will apply more for you. So in the recent past, with career goals, jobs, money, it looks okay. I'm going to show you your overview that I picked to go with this, which brings more information into the situation for me. You have the 7 of Wands, which is about being persistent and focused about getting towards your goals or going towards what you want, no matter what the obstacles and no matter what lies in your path. It's a very determined energy. If you look at him, he has wands being thrown at him, but he has higher ground and he's determined to get through these obstacles no matter what in order to accomplish what he set out to do. And so this is the key words for this are persistence, focus, not giving up, not allowing discouragement or doubt to stop you from going towards what you want, no matter what. And so by taking that attitude, by plugging away through any obstacles in your path, being determined and staying focused on what you wanted, you achieved what you wanted. This could be a dream job or a job that you had to compete for with possibly other people who were also vying for that position or that job, or rising up within a job, whether it's promotions, getting promoted, getting a much better position than before, something like that, of sticking up for yourself or remaining persistent about what you were determined to do. I'm even getting something in here for someone who had to study for a very long time, or go back to school, or graduate from college or school or classes in order to go into the field that you wanted, which you had to be very focused about and continue to do this for a long period. But you have finally risen to that position or gotten that job or manifested what you really wanted. You felt a sense of accomplishment, of how lucky you were to get this, that you felt as though you were headed in the right direction and you got exactly what you wanted as far as a job or a career or your money situation. You may have landed a job where you're making a great deal of money, or you're being very prosperous, or you just feel really happy about this. You have felt happy about this because this is your recent past. You had some kind of breakthrough or promotion or a raise, or have risen to a place where you are fully inspired and happy about what you're doing. This is your recent past. However, this is current. This is presently. You may have realized that perhaps you thought that it was great, but it turns out to have a massive amount of problems that you didn't realize when you first got this, or when you first started this. Or you've hit some kind of rough patch at your job. You may have realized that the system you have gotten involved in is not what you thought it was going to be. Or there are certain things you wanted to do with this that you are not allowed to do because of the rules or the regulations or the laws. Or it could be that you have found out that a boss or whoever runs this thing, or the management, so to speak, are not good people, or they don't have people's best interests in mind. It feels as though it's mainly about them. It may be the sort of situation where they get as much as they can from their workers without giving them enough in return for what they're doing. Or something about the system is not what you thought. Or you're having to deal with a difficult person at work that you feel backstabbed by, or misunderstood by, or downright slandered by. Or this could be saying that in the recent past you have realized exactly what you want, and you have somehow accomplished this, but you have to let go of an old job or an old career first before you can fully pursue this new thing. It feels as though perhaps maybe you've had a crappy job or been in a crappy situation, and in the meantime, while you've been having to deal with it, you have planned and done the work necessary and tried really hard in the meantime to find something else that is much better. And so recently you have found something that is much better, and now you have to address this and get rid of this before you can fully move forward with this new thing. But it doesn't feel like a new thing. It is a new thing, but you've been planning this or working towards this new thing for so long it almost doesn't feel new. So let's look at the clarifiers here. This could be dealing with a really difficult person or a difficult situation, where it just doesn't seem like, it seems like no matter what you do or try to say, nothing really seems to be changing about this. or this old crappy situation just naturally comes to a bad close. Something about it doesn't end well, but at least it's ending. At least it's going to be over now and you will no longer have to deal with this energy. Or another story here is that you noticed that the people in charge, the management, the boss, the owners, even the regulations and the laws involved in this thing are corrupt or not serving people well. It could be that you've noticed that the management has treated their employees or the people that they are supposed to be serving extremely badly. Whether it's cruelty with words or trying to control people or downright promising things that they do not follow through with. And so you have noticed the injustice about this and you have spoken up about this, or you are speaking up about this. And because you are speaking up about this, you may have found someone who can help you, either that or this is you, the King of Pentacles here. You have either gone over these people's heads or over this situation's head to a different person who is much more along the lines of wanting things to work the best, caring about the people involved. And so you have spoken up to this person about things that you have observed and seen that have been going on that are not right at all. I'm getting a real feeling of just complete disrespect of other people or the situation in general. There could be some corruption involved. Hang on one moment. Okay, where were we? I don't remember where we were at. I know we're in the middle section. So I'm getting 3 specific scenarios here. I'm getting that one scenario here is that you have been part of a career or a job or a money-making situation that you stuck with because you felt as though you needed the security or you needed the money or you just needed to stay in it until you found something much better. And while you have been stuck in this career or this job, you have noticed that things have definitely not been just. Things have downright been either corrupt or downright abusive. Or, just something really wrong with the situation. And so, in the recent past, you have worked very hard and stayed focused on finding something else in the meantime that would fulfill you. And now that you have discovered what that thing is, you are now speaking up about the situation before you leave. You're planning on leaving to go into this new situation or this new, much healthier, much better situation. And so now that you're about to leave, you are reporting it. You may even have some evidence or some proof of something that's been going on that you know is not right, and you've known this whole time it's not right. And so you are, now that you're on your way out, you feel safe enough to be able to report this to other authorities who can possibly do something about it. And then you're leaving. That's one situation. Another situation is a similar thing, except instead of leaving, you are finally showing evidence or reporting something about this corruption. And as a result, those people or that situation is being taken out or fired, and you will be promoted. You may end up taking their place and running the thing a lot better than they did. That's another situation. Or revamping the entire system altogether. And it's taken a certain amount of time for you to get all the information that you needed in order to prove that this has been going on. interesting, you guys. Makes me wonder who's watching this or what you've been doing. So anyway, what I am getting, generally speaking here, no specifics, is that you've been in a bad situation. You've been working really hard to get yourself out of it. You found something else, and now you're speaking up. And so in the future, you have two extremely good cards. You have the Magician and you have the Two of Wands. So again, the Magician represents being empowered, standing fully in your power, realizing that you can manifest what you want. You have it in you to manifest this. This can also represent a brand new journey because it's number one after all, where you will be either self-employed, have your own thing going on, be the boss of whatever this thing is, or just strike out on your own where you're not really dealing with groups anymore necessarily. But it feels as though you are able to, in the near future, stand completely in your authority, in your power, and in your capacities or your capabilities of what you can do. And you, at the same time, this may have possibly to do with exports or bringing things to other locations or possible travel or going to other places as part of this job or this career that you're getting going with. And because it's still in the beginning stages, you're thinking about your options. You're thinking about what is the best course of action to take. What's your next step? I can barely talk, you guys, sorry. Okay, what is your next step? What would you like your next step to be? Where would you like to go? What would you like to do? What is available to you? You have the whole world open to you. This may involve travel, going to other places, or having people from other places come to you. Basically, you're opening up your horizons to newer, better things. And you still hold the skills that you have from past things that you have experienced. So you can always rely on those skills. Those are skills that you have already developed. And you're looking into developing new skills to incorporate into this or to strike out completely in a new direction. This looks very exciting. And so your clarifier with those two is the Three of Pentacles. This says if you continue to be brave and you strike out on your own, or you become more empowered with what you're capable of, and you open up your horizons or possibilities to more things that are out there, and you shine your light and show what you're capable of with your talents, you should immediately see good results. Increase of money, increase of good reputation, new things opening up, and expansion. New opportunities, new things coming in that are all coming from your bravery and your initiative and your belief in yourself and your ability to believe and have faith in the fact that you have much more available to you. It just involves bravery in stepping in those directions. So that's excellent, you guys. And hopefully that made sense or helped in some way. And I will see you next for your health. Okay. So this is going to be a 6-card spread for your mental, emotional, and physical health. You can also view this reading as being about your well-being. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, and if you do have major health issues and you don't know what's going on, obviously go to a doctor and try to figure out what's going on. This is more of a loose kind of general reading to do with your well-being, and it's going to go into a lot more than just your physical health. So we'll see what happens. This isn't meant to diagnose anything or to tell you how to treat anything. This is just, you know, those situations where maybe you have free-floating health problems and you have no idea where it's coming from or what's going on or what you should do. A lot of times illnesses stem from things that are going on in your emotional or your spirit body. And sometimes as well as working with a regimen or a treatment plan or whatever, you can also hit it from other angles as well, as far as emotional work goes, finding out about deeper things going on in your being that may be connected to it. You know what I'm talking about. I just felt the need to put that out there. Okay, so 6 cards for Libra rising, Libra sun, Libra moons. Best, highest good, along with whatever they most need to hear about concerning their well-being, as in their emotional, mental, and physical health. Okay. Okay. Your first card is the Two of Wands again. Your second one is very good in a health reading. This is the Hierophant. Your third one is the Knight of Wands. Your fourth one is the Ace of Pentacles. Your fifth one, the Nine of Pentacles. Your sixth one is the Princess of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm getting something pretty clear in here. That's saying it's up to you, where in the past or recent past leading up till now, there may be certain things that have been going on in your life that have been very stagnant or become very stagnant. And so you have already realized on some level that you need to become stronger in yourself with your own needs, to change whatever needs to be changed in your life, to renew a new path in your life. You will continue to have health issues, either mental, physical, or emotional health issues, if you continue to stay in the stagnancy. If you continue to stay in it, it's going to be very hard to heal, or you're going to be healing a lot slower than you need to. But if you strike out on your own, or do your own thing, or try a new way, or switch things up in your life where you have a new path opening up to you and the stagnancy is being gotten rid of or transmuted, a lot of your health issues will start going away or lessening significantly. And so it's really up to you. It's about feelings of safety and wanting to hang on to what's familiar because it's familiar, and you know, even though it may not be good for you, you know what to expect with this, or you've just become used to it. But I feel as though you have already felt extreme urges to get out of that stagnancy, whether it's internal stagnancy or external stagnancy or both. And because you feel such a great drive and need to get out of the stagnancy, that is going to significantly make your health issues much better or heal. And so it's really up to you. If you choose to stay with stagnancy, your health is going to continue to be difficult, or you're going to continue to have some issues. If you choose to be brave and risk letting go of the stagnancy to try something new or start a new path in your life, you should see immediate results for the better. So in your recent past with health, it's everything that I just said. You realized that the stagnancy that you have been sitting in, possibly in one way or another. This could be stagnancy in a job, stagnancy in a relationship, stagnancy in a way of thinking about things, stagnancy in how you treat your body as far as eating the same things, not paying attention to the signals that your body is telling you. If you have stayed in that, it's going to continue to be difficult. But I feel as though in the recent past, you have fully realized that you need to do things differently. You need to try new things. You need to strike out towards newer, better horizons for yourself, either internally or externally. And you are already noticing your health getting better from this, or at least a sense of faith that you can get better, or that you can feel better. You may have been looking into a new regimen or a new diet, and diet not being dieting, it just means the kinds of things that you're eating. You may have decided to eat more healthily, as in a lot more organic vegetables and fruits, or just paying attention to what kinds of protein you eat. Some of you have maybe had some issues with feet, or your legs, or with circulation. That's one option in here. And so trying a new physical exercise that it doesn't push you too much, whether it's just walking or swimming or doing something that I'm not getting anything hardcore here. I'm just getting something slow, like taking baby steps towards something completely new, starting a new habit or a new routine or a new regimen that can kind of get you outside of the house more than before. Or or even on a mental or emotional level, having hope and optimism that you can get someplace else than where you are now, or you can be somewhere else, or you can experience life differently than before. Adventure. You need adventure. You need to get grounded. I'm getting something is either going on with your feet or your ankles or your calves or your circulation with your legs. Some of you may have something going on with lymphedema or just swelling or pain or something like that. So keeping your legs upright for a certain amount of time every day, as well as possibly taking some saltwater baths or massaging your legs, ankles, and feet, or getting massages, something. You're doing more now for your health than before. So that's one thing. Presently, you are taking an active role in healing right now, and healing on all levels too. You're becoming more aware of what has become stagnant or what has been holding you back from healing. And I'm looking at the Hierophant with that one. That's the Wounded Healer, by the way. This is a healing card. So you're becoming more aware of how all of your bodies are interconnected. And when one body is not doing well, whether it's your emotional or mental body or your physical body, it automatically affects all your other bodies. And so you're taking a more holistic approach to this, and you may also be realizing how your mind gets in the way of healing. I'm getting focusing more on yourself, rather than giving your energy away to other situations, other people. You're really making an effort presently to take time out for yourself to just do what you enjoy. You may even be working on some kind of creative project that you have always wanted to do, whether it's gardening or creating. You know more than me on what you've been wanting to do, but it feels as though it's something that gets you active. It's getting you more active, and it's getting you more grounded and in touch with what you want for yourself and taking care of yourself better. This looks really good. In the future, I see you as possibly exploring other methods. If you have had health problems for quite some time now, And you have been doing quite a bit to look at things in a different way. I see you as actively looking into different regimens or different ways of treating this thing. This could be seeking alternative methods or seeking different doctors, seeking different healers than what you have been working with so far, perhaps getting second opinions or going someplace. I feel as though a journey would really help you. Some kind of a trip or a journey or just getting out of your stagnant routine is really going to help you with this. You may also be getting clearer about what exactly is really going on. It could be potentially that you've been misdiagnosed, or that what you thought was going on with you is partially true, but it's not all of the truth involved. It could be even something as simple as an allergy, like an allergy to wheat, or, when you think that you have allergies to pollen or something, and you are constantly sneezing or stuffed up, and you think it's pollen or you think it's allergies from outside of yourself, when it actually turns out to be something that you're eating. So you may want to experiment with your diet and take certain things out to see if your health improves. That way you can kind of narrow it down if it's a particular thing that you're eating that's causing you issues that you weren't aware of before. You may want to seek a nutritionalist. You may want to seek someone who's an expert in food and diet to see if there's anything you are eating that is causing you issues that you weren't even aware of. That's one potential in here. Another one is I see you walking more or hiking more or just being active more than before, and that is having a direct, good influence on your health. I'm also getting something in here about someone where you may need to get answers for one of your children with your children's health, or something about taking walks with your child or your children and getting them involved in something creative that's physical with you would significantly better your own health, get you out of your head or get you out of your stagnant routines and into a different way of seeing things or a different perspective. So hopefully that helped, or at least made sense. And let me see if I see anything else in here. There may be something, I'm getting something about legs or feet or ankles or circulation. Possible allergies to certain foods or ingredients. It may be something as simple as getting a little bit more active and experimenting with your diet or the things that you're eating to see if certain things improve. I'm even getting something in here for someone who has been recently growing their own food, and it looks as though that is significantly changing your health for the better. And also wanting to spend more time with children or needing to spend more physical time with children. For somebody watching, I'm getting something about your child is attached to technology a little bit too much, like maybe they're on their computer too much or staring at their phone too much, or they've gotten too caught up with technology and they're not getting enough exercise or fresh air or just to get away from all of that. If you have an excess of electromagnetic energy in your home, like if you have a lot of modems or you have a lot of Wi-Fi signals going through your home, and my goodness, hopefully you're not sleeping near your modem. I feel as though this is messing with your electromagnetic system in your body. If that's the case, you may want to make a concentrated effort to move the modem far away from where you sleep, or at least to shut off all of those things while you sleep at night. I'm getting something in here about excess electromagnetic energy. You can help counteract that by wearing magnets on you, like a magnetized hematite, or making sure that you're taking enough time to get out of the house to earth yourself, or maybe walk barefoot on the ground, or just garden, or get back out into parks or nature, or get out away from the electromagnetic energy. Make sure that you're not sleeping near those things or near your phone. Don't keep your phone near where you sleep. Keep it across the room or across the house. And something about that is interfering with your child or your children. So try to limit how much time they spend on those things. Okay, that's all I can really get right now, and hopefully that helped, and I wish you all the best. Happy birthday, and stay tuned for your general reading. I'm going to try to get them all out by the 2nd. I'm getting better at making sure that these don't come out too late, but again, I'm a single mom, and I have a puppy and a daughter and like 3 different jobs, so I'm going to try my best to get them all out in a timely fashion within the next 3 days. So stay tuned for your general reading, and I'll see you soon. Many blessings to you. Bye.